Whoever sees this and subscribes right now will get free sleep. I'm just kidding. We got a brand new album. You know that's not happening. What's going on, Hilltop Mafia? It's Willie Knox Hill. We're back with our breakdown series. So today, man, I am loving the Sleep Token album journey so far. It feels like this channel was made to try and break down the lyricism of Sleep Token, and I can't wait to dive into another one. This right here, right now, is none other than Past Self. But before we get any further, listen, if you like the content that I put out, if you want to support the channel directly, come join the Patreon. Great community on there. We got more content. It's a great way to help out the channel because a lot of these breakdowns I normally can't monetize. So if you want to support, I will put all links down there. But anyways, what we're here for. Sleep Token, step back up to the plate. Let's see what you got. Opening with bells, interesting. I almost think of like Sunday service, and like we used to have the bell players sometimes. Again, the religious tie-ins.
Are you gonna dance on the line with me? You know it's not a game or a fantasy, and I don't even know who I used to be.
Sounds a bounce.
Nothing is the same, and some things have to change now. Are you gonna dance on the line with me? You know it's not a game or a fantasy, and I don't even know who I used to be. But nothing is the same, and some things have to change now. Clawed out of my woodwork, bolts out of my blue depths, in and out of my dreamscapes. People acting different.
I'll tell you what, all right, all of a sudden, those hi-hats start running, that percussion just kicks in, and it's just got, like I've talked about before, like sometimes you have just those rap rhythms, sort of those hip-hop bounces to it, especially with when that bass comes in and the percussion starts running, and he just adapts some of those flows. Really interesting where we're going with this one so far.
And I don't even know who I used to be.
Are you gonna dance on the line with me? Right? And for me, you think about the passage of time, I take it as, and you know, like this saying, crossing the line. And for him, there's always these parallels, there's always these boundaries, there's always these planes of existence. So dance on the line with me, I can put you into a line of music, the lines that I'm writing, but then also like, will you come on sort of this journey with me? Will you cross that line with me, or will you stay on the line? Will we toe the line all the way down, or will we see what else is out there?
Nothing is the same, and some things have to change now. Clawed out of my woodwork, bolts out of my blue depths, in and out of my dreamscapes. People acting different. One look at my past self, double taking my cash flow, apologizing for shit that frankly I stopped thinking of years ago. And you know I deliberate on cutting out the demons. I still need a dark side, they just need a reason. The passage of the hours into rushing through the seasons, falling through my mind with the leaves on the tree. So keep me alive, keep me believing that now is the time to take it or leave it. Gave away all my blessings, left off weightless, torn apart by the true believers who turned out to be faithless. You're gonna dance on the line with me.
True believers turned out to be faithless. This feels like one of those like removing the mask ones, like Caramel to me, right? We're more direct with the lyricism. We're not getting like as deep or symbolic into the lore, but there's always those lines for me. But this feels very much, again, like sort of addressing, you know, from his perspective, just the here and now, the success, the fame. Let's break this down. Nothing is the same. Now that makes more sense. I have more perspective with the lyricism because obviously we're at this new stage of success and where we are.
Bolts out of my blue depths, in and out of my dreamscapes.
Bolts out of my blue depths, clawed out of my woodwork. It's really interesting lines, very symbolic right there. There's that example. Like even though we kind of break the fourth wall at times, you still have some of those symbolic lines that are just open to interpretation. Blue depths for me, because obviously he's talked about his struggles. And you think of like sinking in the depths and the sea and the waters of mental turmoil and struggle. And that for me is like being blue, you know, the saying, being blue, blue depths.
Out of my woodwork, bolts out of my blue depths, in and out of my dreamscapes. People acting different. One look
in and out of my dreamscapes. Really like that line. Obviously, Sleep Token, dream and death and sleep. There's a lot of those parallels.
Depths, in and out of my dreamscapes. People acting different. One look at my past self, double taking my cash flow.
Right. People acting different. one look at my past self, double take on my cash flow. That's it right there. All of a sudden, like, I have this level of fame. I have this level of success. And I can't go back to that past and who I was. And people do treat you differently, right? Because you don't know. All of a sudden, you start to question all of your relationships and the authenticity of them. If those people are truly there because they like you, because they're there for you, if they're just there because they see the success, they see the wealth.
Acting different. One look at my past self, double take on my cash flow. Apologizing for shit that frankly I stopped thinking of years ago. You know I deliver.
Apologize for shit I stopped thinking about years ago. I mean, it's so true, because the level of fame, all of a sudden you get put under the microscope. Every single past action and thing that you do, there's always people who are trying to catch you out. People who are trying to get you canceled, who are trying to just knock you down a few levels and pegs. I mean, I experienced that, right? I experienced people just like trolling through past videos, going through everything, taking things, trying to see how they can spin narratives, bend things out of context. I can only imagine what he gets at his level.
Apologizing for shit that frankly I stopped thinking of years ago. And you know I deliberate on cutting out the demons. I still need a dark side, they just need a reason. The passage of
I love that line. I still need a dark side. They just need a reason. I deliberate on cutting out my demons. And that's an artist line to me. Because as an artist, I feel like I'm at my best when life is at its worst around me. Because that's when you turn towards your art. And he's really built these dark, surrealistic dreamscapes, these worlds of lore, but he's used a lot of his pain and his mental anguish and turmoil, and he's poured that into his lyricism. So in a way, if you remove all that, if he's just going to walk around happy all the time, there's no more dark side, then what is he going to talk about? What is he going to use in his art? Because that has led to his success, right? So it's almost like a catch-22. There's always that yin and that yang. We all have darkness within us, but you have to embrace that as well. And yet, this level of fame being put under the microscope, people are always looking for those gotcha to catch you moments, right? So if he's going to continue to make mistakes and be human and have his flaws and have his devils and his demons, that's going to get him into trouble. But at the same time, he acknowledges that it's those devils and demons that got him to where he is now.
demons.
Like the depth to that.
I still need a dark side, they just need a reason. The passage of the hours into rushing through the seasons, falling through my mind with the leaves on the tree. So keep me alive.
Nice little build there. Like just in the back of the mix, just like a vocal kind of rising, just to add a little bit more depth to that dimension.
Seasons falling through my mind with the leaves on the tree. So keep me alive.
Oh, where'd I go? I just jumped ahead. Hang on, let's catch it. My bad.
Through my mind with the leaves on the tree. So keep me alive, keep me believing that now is the time to take it or leave it. Gave away all my blessings, left off weightless, torn apart by the true believers who turned out to be faithless. You're gonna dance on the
Torn apart by the true believers who turned out to be faithless. Because, you know, he ties in a lot of religious references. And when they drop a new track, it's always check out our new offering, right? And there's sort of that just religious following to it. So those believers, to me, tie in with the fans. And the fans who believe from the start that he was going to get to this level. But then all of a sudden, you know, when things turn south, you have the people trying to share their identity, trying to uncover them, that are being incredibly invasive, right? You really find out who's there for you and who isn't there for you. You know, the further you go on this road and the more success that you have. I just love the flip on that and the faith. And again, there's deeper lines. There's breaking that fourth wall and just like literally with the fans. But then also you still have those religious tie-ins. You still have a lot of these themes that we find consistently throughout this body of work and this album so far that I've encountered.
Come with me, you know it's not a game or a fantasy. And I don't even know who I used to be. And nothing is the same, and some things have to change now. Are you gonna dance on the line with me? You know it's not a game or a fantasy. And I don't even know who I used to be. But nothing is the same, and some things have to change now. Are you the God?
Yeah, again, I take that line like you're supposed to stay on the straight and narrow, right? And when you're dancing on the line, you could fall, right? And people want you to toe the line. They want you to stay on that line. So to me, it's not just like a relationship, come and dance with me. This could be an invitation to the listener, to the fans. Are you going to come dance this line and this journey with me? Because it's not a game. It's not fantasy. Even though all this exists in my world of imagination and like, you know, playing the game in the music industry. Like, are you going to come along this?
Nothing is the same, and some things have to change now. Are you the God of your name? brain cells, stepping up from my future, uploading my true self. Did I get this far for nothing, or are you the reward? Guarding hands in this hell house, opening new if this is love. I am out of hesitation.
Guarding hounds in this hell house, opening new doors.
Uploading my true self. Did I get into my brain cells, stepping up from my future, uploading my true self. Did I get this far for nothing, or are you the reward? Guarding hands.
Stepping up from my future, uploading my true self. Besides the religious lines, you get a lot of those like current era, like algorithms, codes, robotics, just tying in all of that. So uploading my true self in the digital age, I take that as, but also literally, here's another breaking the fourth wall line, like uploading onto YouTube, uploading the music, putting it out there into the world. And is this his true self that he's trying to bear for all of us through his art?
Angel, hacking into my brain cells, stepping up from my future, uploading my true self. Did I get this far for nothing, or are you the reward? Guarding hands in this hell house, opening new if this is.
See, again, I take that. Are you the reward? And this could be a letter to the fame, right? And personifying sort of fame. Or are you the reward? Like this success, this fame, this life that I have now? Because the song is called Past Self, and it's almost like a letter to current self and life as it is in the here and now, and reflecting on the journey and where he came from. Love this.
I am out of hesitation, head over heels at elevation, walking an inch above the pavement, taking it stride by stride together. If this is real, then I am all up in a frenzy, not like before when I was empty. Say that the story we tell is never ending, taking it side by side together. I don't dance on the line with me. You know it's not a game or a fantasy, and I don't even know who I used to be, but nothing is the same. There's some things have to change now. I am gonna dance on the line with me. You know it's not a game or a fantasy, and I don't even know who I used to be, but nothing is the same. Some things have to change now, now, now.
I still want to be lost again. It's haunting in the mix. I love this part right here.
I don't even know who I used to be.
You know, again, like when you have a choir and like a choir starts and like part of the choir sings the lines, and then you have those lines repeated and they maybe start a half measure or a full step later. And you just kind of have sort of that dissonance and yet that harmony at that same time.
Nothing is the same.
It's almost like the voices in our head as well, like that harmony and that dissonance battling at once.
Some things have to change now, now, now.
Obviously, as an MC, you know, I'm going to be a sucker for more of the rap rhythms and kind of those up-tempo changes to delivery that he used and those techniques. But I'll tell you what, this was an interesting balance. And I definitely went for the deeper layers in my breakdown. I mean, there's still, again, there's that consistent theme of that relationship and that toxicity and that invitation and kind of that give and take, that yin and yang on who he continues to talk about and inviting in, you know. But for me, I'm also looking at that deeper layer of present self to past self, that yin and yang, and how do we bring these two worlds together. And I think for me, that sound is a perfect example of that, sort of that dissonance and that harmony at the same time, and knowing we can never go back that way. You know, time moves on in a linear fashion on this line. And also, people want you to stay on that line, and there's all these pressures, and you're dancing along it as he releases the music, as he uploads his true self. And yet people are waiting for him to just maybe fall one side or the other on the line. And, you know, with the bright lights also comes the shadows. And that for me is just that duality that you continue to get with Sleep Token. I enjoyed that one. Sleep Token, you're a Knox Hill certified. Hope you guys like today's video. Listen, for some reason you're here at the end. Hope you're enjoying these breakdowns. Subscribe, notifications on. Really does go a long way. You know we got more Sleep Token on the way. We got a lot more stuff. Comment down below your recommendations. Also, if you're here at the end, cop your merch, knoxhilldmv.com. We got hats, we got shirts, we got hoodies, everything you need. If you want to rep the brand, if you want to support, it all goes a long way. It all helps. I'll put all links down there. All right, everyone, stay safe, stay positive. Take care of these, take care of these. I'll catch you again.
Sit down, sit down. I like